Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to Poetry Thursday, little fugitive BookTube event where a few channels talk about poetry on Thursdays. Usually a happy occasion. I have decided to read this 20th century American poetry, and I've decided to read it from front to back rather than picking through the five good things in it. And as a result, we are slowly crouching closer and closer to the moment, the actual cultural publishing moment that broke poetry as a popular genre of literature, where it had reigned unchallenged for 2,700 years. I argue that it was one school of thought, one school, if you want to call it that, of poetry. Difficult to call it a school when there's no accreditation and no sign that you're failing or passing. And also one poem. I argue that it's all of those things that actually discreetly did this so that a general interest reader would not only have, after that, no interest in reading a contemporary book of poems, but wouldn't have any ability to do it either, nor would anybody else, because you need the secret decoder ring. We are approaching that horrible moment. I don't usually do videos on this channel by majority vote, but all of you wanted me to keep going. All of you wanted me to do that, at least until that particular poem. So that's what we're going to do. Maybe even beyond it. Why not? Till the end of the year. Why not? Today we are dealing with a poet named Louis Zukofsky. An objectivist, pathbreaker, all the usual rubrics. You should see the length of the introduction in this book. The editors of this book, and keep in mind, this Zukofsky, what is his dates? Yeah, he lived until 1978. So it's entirely possible that he was a thesis instructor, a classroom instructor, a beloved mentor of one of the editors of this volume. The closer you get to that kind of overlap, the more you have to wonder about objectivity, about editorial objectivity. But the editors include two poems by Zukofsky, one long and one short. The one that's long is a little too long, so we're going to read the shorter one, which is called Starglow. It's called Starglow, one word. And I am going to do my best to read it to you. Here it is. Starglow, dwarf china, rose, shrub thorn, lantern, fashion fair, airing, car, tire, crushed, youngs, churning, old ramblers flown to sky, cane cut back, a crown, transplanted patient, of drought, sun's gold, fire-rimmed, branched, greeting, time's, autumn's, sprighead, happier, winter, sculpt, white rose. That is the poem Starglow. Let's go do it. Let's do it again, just for resonance. Starglow. That first word is italicized in the poem. Dwarf china, rose, shrub thorn, lantern, fashion fair, airing, car tire crushed, youngs churning, old ramblers flown, to sky, cane cut back, a crown, transplanted patient, of droughts, sun gold, fire-rimmed, branched, greeting, times, autumn, sprighead, happier, winter, sculpt, white rose. You do not understand that. And the reason why is because it's gibberish. And yet it was published, it was acclaimed, it was in an anthology, and it is now in this anthology. Where obviously it is not under any kind of heading as gibberish. It's in here as a poem. But you do not understand it. I do not understand it. No one can understand it because there's nothing to understand. It's gibberish. It's words strung together. There's no meter, there's no rhyme, there's no scansion, there's also no coherence. No even sentences or anything like that. It's just stuff. Just stuff that maybe Zukofsky thought of when he thought of a particular flower. Maybe it's that. But maybe it's not. And it, whether you call it objectivist or anything else, no matter what stupid label you put on it, it underscores the key realization of the change in American poetry that I was talking about, which is the same change that happened in the world of art. as well, at right about the same time. And that change is, if you write gibberish, you will be blamed for it. You will be mocked for it. You will be known as a talentless writer of gibberish, unless you change the zeitgeist so that when you write gibberish and people call it that, you can mock them. If you do that, well, then you're a shoo-in for the Poetry Hall of Fame. You're a shoo-in for anthologies. You're a shoo-in to be in the MoMA. If you can do that, if you can manage that, if you can manage to tell the people, the school teachers, the lower level executives, the construction workers, the event planners, if you can tell those people getting on their commuter trains to New York and Boston and St. Louis every day, going to work every day, but wanting very much, despite all of life's distractions, to keep a reading habit alive. Not just rote, but a real reading habit where they are flexible, where they are interested in all kinds of new things. I have my favorite authors, of course I do. 10 of them are living. And I will probably buy one of their new books. I'll look at some of the reviews. Maybe I'll sample the book a bit. Maybe I'll look at the subject matter. But I have some novelists that I like. I have some historians that I like. Oh yeah, there are some poets that I like as well. Can't wait to see what their next volume would be. What's the next slim volume that I can get of Edna St. Vincent Millay? I really like the last one. Pass it around to the family. If you can create a change in the zeitgeist, if you can create an artistic movement that tells those people, you're dumb, you're not smart enough to understand what I'm doing. I want your reverence and I want your financial backing, but I don't want your thoughts on the matter because you don't understand. All I want you to do is stand in awe. Watch for the collectors, watch for the experts, watch for the black turtlenecks, and keep your mouth shut. Remember your place. You're just one of those ants going to the anthill every day. If you can do that, if you can change the zeitgeist so that that is true, well, then you've got it made. Then you've absolutely got it made. You will show up in anthologies when you are writing gibberish. So we're going to move on next time. I can't promise smoother sailing, but at least next time there's a little more meat on the bone. So I will wrap this Poetry Thursday up for now. Wasn't this fun? And we'll move on next time. Thank you, BookTube.